Okay, so cautionary tales, fairy tales, cautionary tales, all same. So okay, okay, I said it before, and I'll repeat myself. This very book, in German, obviously, from freaking 1844. I have this exact book in Germany and somewhere flying around in my parents' house. And I know that when I told Evan about these stories, he was like, "What the fuck?" And he was absolutely flabbergasted and kind of like, "What is going on? Why is that happening?" Oh, interesting. If I do the browser as a game capture, then this doesn't. Oh, this is kind of smart. Okay. So, anyways, um, he was flabbergasted and he was like, "What the fuck am I looking at?" And this is horrible. Whatever. So, I'm gonna tell some cautionary tales that might. I don't know. Do I need to speak a trigger warning for this? I might need to speak a trigger warning for this because if those are the right stories that I'm thinking of, we might have death in there. Dismemberment, almost death, eating disorder. I don't know. There is a lot of things in there that could be triggering, but like it's not that deep. Like it could be worse, but it could be better. So, the name of the whole book was Struwwelpeter. The name will explain itself because I don't know how to translate this. Obviously, Peter is the name. Oh, trigger warning, I'm back. Hello, Alexa. Trigger warning just in case. How you doing? So, Peter's obviously the name. And Struwwel means kinda that his hair is an absolute fucking mess. So, we'll see. Merry stories and funny pictures. That's what you say now, so we'll see. I will try to put my best reading voice on. What kind of music would be nice for this? What kind of music in the background? Jesus. Uh, where the I have not used. There we go. This new update is weird. What kind of the sleepy bookshelf? Not a. I need songs or like albums, uh, playlists. Reading in a cozy library. How is this? Maybe this might be fine, right? We'll see. German traditional. Okay, let's see. This is very bright. Can I make this less bright? I don't think I can. Well, that's fine. So, this is the Struwwelpeter. That's his name. Can't do anything about it. Well, we're gonna. Can I make this even bigger? Is this big enough? This should be big enough. Frederick Vanna Inc. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stories to go through. I will try to. I don't want this to be. I will try to put on my best reading voice and not stumble upon words. Be a little calmer. We'll see. You will see. Everything will make sense in a second. Merry stories and funny pictures. When the children have been good, that is, be it understood, good at meal times, good at play, good at all night, and good all day, they shall have the pretty things Merry Christmas always brings. Naughty, romping girls and boys tear their clothes and make a noise, or tear their noise, tear their clothes and make a noise, spoil their pinafores and frocks, and deserve no Christmas box. Such as these shall never look at this pretty picture book. Coral Island crashed right before the end of the day, so time for bed. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, good night, and I shall see you in the morning. Thank you for hanging out for so long. Where's my mouse? Gosh there. So, take the pictures in. Can you read this properly? Like, is this fine? Because it is very bright. I don't know how to make this less. Is there like a... Is this okay? Can we read what's on screen? If we didn't have my voice. Yeah, no, looks fine. Okay, looks fine. Okay, they translated it as shock-headed Peter. That's Peter. Peter. Oh my gosh. Just look at him. There he stands with his nasty hair and hands. See, his nails are never cut. They are grimed as black as soot. And the Sloven, I declare, never once has combed his hair. Anything to me is sweeter than to see shock-headed Peter. I hope that's the whole fucking book. We're starting with Cruel Frederick. So, we got Cruel Frederick. I wish I could, like, scroll differently. This is Cruel Frederick. See, a horrid wicked boy was he. He caught the flies, poor little things, and then tore off their tiny wings. He killed the birds and broke the chairs and threw the kitten down the stairs. And oh, far worse than all beside, he whipped his Mary till she cried. The Throw was full and faithful Tray came out to drink one sultry day. He wagged his tail and wet his lip, when cruel Fred snatched up a whip, and whipped poor Tray till he was sore, and kicked and whipped him more and more. At this good Tray grew very red, and growled and bit him till he bled. Then he should only have been by, to see how Fred did scream and cry. That's called karma, by the way. So Frederick had to go to bed. His leg was very sore and red. The doctor came and shook his head, and made a very great to do, and gave him nasty physic too. But good dog Tray is happy now. He has no time to say bow wow. He seats himself in Frederick's chair and laughs to see the nice things there. The soup he swallows sup by sup, and eats the pies and puddings up. Cute little story. They're very, very short, so that's fine. Ahem. The Dreadful Story of Harriet and the Matches. I remember this one very, very vividly. It almost makes me cry to tell what foolish Harriet befell. Mamma and nurse went out one day and left her all alone at play. Now, on the table close at hand, a box of matches chanced to stand, and kind mamma and nurse had told her that if she touched them, they would scold her. But Harriet said, "Oh, what a pity, for when they burn it is so pretty. They crackle so and spit and flame. Mamma too often does the same." The pussycats heard this, and they began to hiss, and stretch their claws, and raise their paws. "Meow," they said, "meow, meow. You'll burn to death if you do so." But Harriet would not take advice. She lit a match, it was so nice. It crackled so, it burned so clear, exactly like the picture here. She jumped for joy and ran about, and was too pleased to put it out. The pussycats saw this and said, "Oh, naughty, naughty miss," and stretched their claws and raised their paws. "'Tis very, very wrong, you know. Meow, 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 meow. You will be burned if you do so." And see, oh, what a dreadful thing, the fire has caught her apron string. Her apron burns her arms, her hair, she burns all over, everywhere. Then how the pussycats did mew, what else, poor pussies, could they do? They screamed for help, 'twas all in vain. So then they said, we'll scream again, make haste, meow meow, she'll burn to death, well, we told you so. So she was burned with all her clothes, and arms and hands, and eyes and nose, till she had nothing more to lose, except her little scarlet shoes, and nothing else but these was found among her ashes on the ground. And when the good cats sat beside the smoking ashes, how they cried, meow meow, meow meow, what will mamma and nursey do? Or meow mew, I guess. Their tears ran down their cheeks so fast, they made a little pond at last. And what do we learn from the story? Don't play with freaking matches. Come back for more tips. Oh, I forgot about this one. Listen, okay, before disclaimer for this one, very heavy disclaimer for this one. Remember, what do you mean not? Okay, wait, Ferret, I think you didn't understand this. I think you didn't understand this. The cats literally told her to not use the matches. The cats literally said, if you do this, you will burn to death. Don't do this. They tried to stop her. The cats tried to stop her, and then she burned to death because she didn't listen to them. And then the cats were like, well, we fucking told you so, but now you're dead. What? The cats literally told her to not do that. Her parents, her mom and the nurse told her to not do that. Anyways, disclaimer for this one. I am so. Remember when this was written? It was 1844. I apologize in advance. Stop her for very fun. God fucking damn it. Well, now she's dead, so she had enough fun, I guess. I apologize for this one. It was 1844 in Germany. Mistakes were made. This is fine. Don't take it too harshly. The story of the Inky Boys. As he had often done before, the woolly-headed blackamoor one nice fine summer's day went out to see the shops and walk about, and as he found it hot, poor fellow, he took with him his green umbrella. Then Edward, little noisy wag, ran out and laughed and waved his flag, and William came in jacket trim and brought his wooden hoop with him, and Arthur too snatched up his toys and joined the other naughty boys. So one and all set up a roar and laughed and hooted more and more, and kept on singing, only think, oh Blackie, you're as black as ink. Now tall Agrippa lived close by, so tall he almost touched the sky. He had a mighty inkstand too, in which a great goose feather grew. He called out in an angry tone, please leave the blackamoor alone. For if he tries with all his might, he cannot change from black to white. But they did not mind a bit what great Agrippa said of it, but went on laughing as before and hooting at the blackamoor. So technically, this literally says, don't be a racist asshole. This technically says, don't be a racist asshole. Gotcha. Then Agrippa foams with rage. Look at him on this very page. He seizes Arthur, seizes Ned, takes William by his little head, and they may scream and crick and kick and call. Into the ink he dips them all, into the inkstand 1, 2, 3, till they are black as black can be. Turn over now, and you shall see. See, there they are, and there they run. The blackamoor enjoys the fun. They have been made as black as crows, quite black all over, eyes and nose, and legs and arms and head and toes, and trousers, pinafores, and toys. They sit the silly little inky boys, because they set up such a roar and teased the harmless blackamoor. So this literally tells you don't be a racist asshole. Skin color literally doesn't fucking matter. Drown the kids, fair. We could have. We'll get there when we get there. The story of the man that went out shooting. This is the man that shoots the hares. This is the coat he always wears. With game bag, powder horn, and gun, he's going out to have some fun. He finds it hard without a pair of spectacles to shoot the hare. The hare sits snug in leaves and grass and laughs to see the green man pass. Now, as the sun grew very hot, and he a heavy gun had got, he lay down underneath a tree and went to sleep, as you may see. And while he slept like any top, the little hare came, hop, 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 took gun and spectacles, and then, on her hind legs, went off again. The green man wakes up and sees her place the spectacles upon her face. And now she's trying all she can to shoot the sleepy green-coat man. He cries and sleeps and runs away. The hare runs after him all day and hears him call out everywhere, "Help, fire, help, the hare, the hare." At last he stumbled at the well, head over ears, and in he fell. The hare stopped short, took aim, and hark! Bang went the gun, she missed her mark. Whoopsie! The poor man's wife was drinking up her coffee in her coffee cup, the gunshot cup and saucer through. "Oh dear," she cried, "what shall I do?" There lived close by the cottage there, the hare's own child, the little hare. And while she stood upon her toes, the coffee fell and burned her nose. "Oh dear," she cried, with spoon in hand, such fun I do not understand." What do we learn from that? Don't go shooting animals. I think that was the story. The story of little Suckathumb. That was beautiful. One day Mama said, "Conrad dear, I must go and leave you here. But mind now, Conrad, what I say. Don't suck your thumb while I'm away. The great tall tailors always comes to little boys who suck their thumbs. And ere they dream what he is about, he takes his great sharp scissors out and cuts their thumbs off clean, and then, they never grow again." You know, Erlkönig, I studied it in my music class in college, and it always stayed with me. The name rings a bell. We can look that up after. But this is gonna stay with you as well. This is gonna be fantastic. This was one of my favorite stories. I don't know why. I have a problem. Mama had scarcely turned her back. The thumb was in. Alak, alak. I don't know what's alak, alak. I don't know what alak, alak means, but whatever. Oh no! The consequences of your own actions. Ahem. The door flew open, in he ran, the great long red-legged scissor man. "Oh, children, see, the tailors come," and caught out little Suckathumb. Snip, snap, snip, the scissors go, and Conrad cries, "Oh, oh, oh." Snip, snap, snip, they go so fast that both his thumbs are off at last. Trey. For some reason, I thought they were gonna be German. Well, okay, listen, Trey. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but if I read them I mean, maybe for funsies, I can read them later on in German, if I find them. But other than that, I don't think we can do this right now. I'm sorry. Gimme. I'm so sorry. If y'all want to hear and see the actual fucking German, we can do that. So the thumbs are off. Mama comes home, there Conrad stands and looks quite sad and shows his hands. "Ah," said Mama, "I knew he'd come to naughty little Suckathumb." I'm just memeing. I got you. No, you get your refund. You get your fucking refund. You need your points. No, you need your points. I don't know why, but in my head back in the day, these stories were longer. In my head, these stories were so much longer for some reason. But yeah, don't suck your thumbs. If you're too old, Don't suck your fucking thumbs. That's nasty. Look at him. He don't get no thumbs no more. uh, the story of Augustus who would not have any soup. Oh god. Augustus was a chubby lad, fat ruddy cheeks Augustus had, and everybody saw with joy the plump and hearty, healthy boy. He ate and drank as he was told, and never let his soup get cold. But one day, one cold winter's day, he screamed out, "Take that soup away! Oh, take the nasty soup away! I won't have any soup today." Second right now. The guy with the scissors is gonna come. He's gonna come and cut off your fucking thumbs. I'm sorry. Next day, now look, the picture shows how lank and lean Augustus grows. Or, sorry, next day, now look, the picture shows how lank and lean Augustus grows. Yet, though he feels so weak and ill, the naughty fellow cries out still, "Not any soup for me, I say, oh take the nasty soup away. I won't have any soup today." The third day comes, and what a sin to make himself so pale and thin. Yet when the soup is put on table, he screams as loud as he is able. "Not any soup for me, I say. Oh, take the nasty soup away. I won't have any soup today." Look at him now, the fourth day's come. He's is that word scarcely? Weighs a sugar plum. He's like a little bit of thread, and oh, on the fifth day, he was dead. This still did not make me eat my soup, because I fucking hate soup. Just imagine being able to lose weight that fast. That'd be great. I mean, like, not you know, like stop, like, midway between here, like, that is always, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The story of Fidgety Philip. The story of Fidgety Philip. Let me see if Philip can be a little gentleman. Let me see if he is able to sit still for once at table. Thus Papa bade Phil behave, and Mamma looked very grave. But Fidgety Phil, he won't sit still. He wriggles and giggles, and then, I declare, swings backwards and forwards and tilts up his chair, just like any rocking horse. Philip, I am getting cross. What? What? Super sturdy water. Whee! See the naughty, restless child growing still more rude and wild, till this chair falls over quite. Philip screams with all his might, catches at the cloth, but then that makes matters worse again. Down upon the ground they fall, glasses, plates, knives, forks, and all. Her mamma did fret and frown when she saw them tumbling down, and papa made such a face. Philip is in sad disgrace. Where is Philip? Where is he? Fairly covered up, you see. Cloth and all are lying on him. He has pulled down all upon him. What a terrible to do! Dishes, glasses snapped in two. Here a knife and there a fork. Philip, this is cruel work. Table also bare, and poor papa and poor mamma look quite cross and wonder how they shall have their dinner now. The funny thing about, or not even funny, the funny thing about this is, my mom always told my brother to not do that, to not, like, do that with his chair. And once, and like, I don't know how old he was, he overdid it, and he fell backwards, and he hit his head on the, like, the, you know, the old ass heaters, did you have those, like, the heaters that were on the walls, like those where like actual water went through the heaters, and it's like a metal ass thing, or I don't know, metal, not metal, but like they're like gigantic heaters that are like there, you know. And he fell backwards and hit his head so hard on the heater that he had a hole in his head that had to be sewn shut again. So don't do that with the chair. Just stop it. Stop it. You're gonna die, worst case. The story of Johnny Head and Air. As he trudged along to school, it was always Johnny's rule to be looking at the sky and the clouds that floated by. But what just before him lay in his way, Johnny never thought about, so that everyone cried out, "Look at little Johnny there, little Johnny head in air." A radiator, thank you, that's the word. Radiator, that's the more correct word. Thank you, thank you. Running just in Johnny's way came a little dog one day. Johnny's eyes were still astray, up on high in the sky, and he never heard them cry. Johnny, mind, the dog is nigh. Bump, dump. Down they fell with such a thump, dog and Johnny in a lump. Once, with head as high as ever, Johnny walked beside the river. Johnny watched the swallows trying which was cleverest at flying. Oh, what fun! Johnny watched the bright round sun going in and coming out. This was all he thought about, so he strode on, only think, to the river's very brink, where the bank was high and steep, and the waters very deep, and the fishes in a row stared to see him coming so. Oh, I wonder what happens next. One step more, oh, sad to tell, headlong in poor Johnny fell, and the fishes in dismay wagged their tails and swam away. There lay Johnny on his face with his nice red riding case, but as they were passing by, two strong men had heard him cry, and with sticks these two strong men hooked poor Johnny out again. Oh, you should have seen him shiver when they pulled him from the river. He was in a sorry plight, dripping wet and such a fright. Wet all over everywhere, clothes and arms and face and hair. Johnny never will forget what it is to be so wet. And the fishes, one, two, three, are coming back again, you see. Up they came the moment after to enjoy the fun and laughter. Each popped out his little head, and to tease poor Johnny, said, "Silly little Johnny, look, we have lost your writing, or you have lost your writing book." The story of Flying Robert. I don't remember that one. Ooh, why is this disconnected? Hello? I don't know since when this has been. We'll see. The story of the Flying Robert. When the rain comes tumbling down in the country or the town, all good little girls and boys stay at home and mind their toys. Robert thought, no, when it pours, it is better out of doors. Rain it did, and in a minute, Bob was in it. Here you see him, silly fellow, underneath his red umbrella. I hate it when they sometimes don't rhyme, it just makes me uncomfortable. What a wind! Oh, how it whistles through the trees and flowers and thistles. It has caught his red umbrella. Now look at him, silly fella. Up he flies to the skies. No one heard his screams and cries. Through the oopsie, through the clouds and through the clouds the rude wind bore him, and his hat flew on before him. Soon they got to such a height they were nearly out of sight, and the hat went up so high that it nearly touched the sky. No one ever yet could tell where they stopped or where they fell. Only this one thing is plain: Bob was never seen again. I don't remember this one. I don't remember this one, but then also there's some missing. Or, I mean, it might be a second book. There are some that are a lot worse than this, but that was cute. What are we thinking so far? What are we thinking? I will see if I can find the other ones. I want to see if I can find the other translations. I don't remember. What was the name? think it was Max with this one. I wonder if we can. Wait, does it have the actual? Give me a second. Oh, this one doesn't have pictures. I want to find the other one that has pictures. Not enough murder, but no, they're cool. My favorite, I think, was actually Inky Boys, really. Does anyone else have a favorite? I'm trying to see if I can find. The other one is called Max und Moritz. And I'm trying to find that one. Because that would be awesome. Those were Max and Moritz were two little boys. Ooh, here maybe. Everything. It was two boys and they used to play tricks. Like not just tricks, like literal like ridiculous ass pranks on people that were really not that nice. Let's see if I can I have one here, but that one doesn't have pictures. But like before we don't do anything, I want to get the one with the without the pictures. Oh, there we go. We even have like English and German side by side. Okay. So, this one, oh gosh. Max und Moritz. Max und Moritz. We might be able to make this a little bigger even. This was zoomed in, right? This was 150. Then 150. Okay, so we have English and German right next to each other. We're obviously gonna look at the English one. So, we got a couple of tricks. Jokes on me, as soon as I get in bed, I'm wide awake. Oh lord. Well, you missed the first, I don't know, did you miss the first stories? We're now on to the second book that I found. Because I was like, I remember that this was worse. This one is a newer-ish one, because it's from 1906. So, we have 7 tricks. How often... How oft we read or hear of boys who almost stand in fear. What? Oh god, I hope this is not a shitty ass translation. How often we read or hear of boys we almost stand in fear of. Yeah, okay, this is already so the translation for this would be um how often must we read or hear from naughty boys, for example, these ones. Oh god, I hope that's not a horrible translation. Of 2 youths named Max and Moritz who, instead of early turning their young minds to useful learning, often leered with horrid features at their lessons and their teachers. Look now at the empty head, he is for mischief always ready. Teasing creatures, climbing fences, stealing apples, pears, and quinces, is of course a deal more pleasant and far easier for the present than to sit in schools or churches fixed like roosters on their perches. But oh dear, oh dear, oh dearie, when the end comes sad and dreary, 'tis a dreadful thing to tell that on Max and Moritz fell. All they did this book rehearses, both in pictures and in verses. I don't know if the translation is a little iffy, but I think it should be fine. The first trick. To most people who have leisure, raising poultry gives great pleasure. Leisure? For like, rhyming wise. First, because the eggs they lay us, for the care we take repay us. Secondly, that now and then we can dine on roasted hen. Thirdly, of the hens and gooses, feathers men make various uses. Some folks like to rest their heads in the night on feather beds. One of these was Widow Tibbets. They changed the name for Witwe Bolde. Oh, they changed her name. I don't like that. Whom the cut you see, whom the cut you see exhibits. Some of these translations are fucking horrible. So one of these was Widow Tibbets that didn't like doing that. I don't know. Hens were hers in numbers 3, and a cock of majesty. Max and Moritz took a view, fell to thinking what to do. 1, 2, 3, as soon as said, they have sliced a loaf of bread. Oh, they were so little bastards. Cut each piece again in 4, each a finger thick, no more. These 2 cross threads they tie, like a letter X they lie, in the widow's yard with care, stretched by those 2 rascals there. Scars the cock had seen the sight, when he up and crew with might. Cock-a-doodle, doodle-doo, tack-tack-tack, the trio flew. Cock and hens like fowls unfed gobbled each a piece of bread. But they found on taking thought, each of them was badly caught. Every way they pull and twitch, this strange cat's cradle to unhitch. Up into the air they fly. Jiminy, oh Jiminy. It's more like a, oh gosh, like, oh lord. I don't know. On a tree behold them dangling in the agony of strangling, and their necks grow long and longer, and their groans grew strong and stronger. Each lays quickly 1 egg more, then they cross to the other shore. Widow Tibbets in her chamber by these death cries waked from slumber, rushes out with bodeful thought. Heavens, what sight her vision caught! From her eyes the tears are streaming. Oh my cares, my toil, my dreaming. Ah, life's fairest hope, says she, hangs upon the apple tree. Heart sick, you may well suppose, for the carving knife she goes, cuts the bodies from the bough, hanging cold and lifeless now. And then silenced, bathed in tears, through her house door disappears. This was the bad boy's first trick, but the second follows quick. So those animals are dead. That they hanged themselves because there was a piece of yep. I think we got that. When the worthy widow Tibbets, whom the cut below exhibits, had recovered on the morrow from the dreadful shock of sorrow, she, as soon as grief would let her think, began to think 'twere better just to take the dead, the near ones, who in life were walking her once, and in a still noonday hour, them well roasted to devour. True, it did seem almost wicked, when they lay so bare and naked, picked and singed before the blaze, that they that once in happier days, in the yard or garden ground, all day long went scratching round. Ow. Ah, Miss Tibbets? Miss Tibbets, when wept anew, and poor Spitz was with her too. Max and Moritz smelt the savor, climb the roof, cried each young shaver. Through the chimney now with pleasure they behold the tempting treasure, headless in the pan there lying, hissing, browning, steaming, frying. At the moment down the cellar, dreaming not what soon befell her. Widow Tibbets went for sauerkraut, yes, which she found oft devour. Oh my god. Widow Tibbets went for sour kraut, which she would oft devour, which exceeding great desire warmed up at the little fire, or at the fire. Up there on the roof, meanwhile, they are doing things in style. Max already with forethought a long fishing line has brought. This looks like perfect execution. Absolute perfect execution. Schwuppdiwupp, a second bird. Schwuppdiwupp, up comes the third. Presto, number four. They haul. Schwuppdiwupp, we have them all. I don't think they knew yet. They didn't know either how to. We don't talk about that. That's fine. Spitz looks on. We must allow, but he barks. Row, wow, row, wow, row, row. I don't know. But the rogues are down in stenter from this roof and off the canter. Ha, I guess there'll be a humming. Here's the widow Tibbets coming. Rooted stood she to the spot when the pan her vision caught. Is empty. Gone was every blessed bird. Horrid Spitz was her first word. Oh, you Spitz, you monster, you! Let me beat him black and blue. And the heavy ladle twack comes down on poor Spitz's back. Loud he yells with agony, for he feels his conscience free. Conscience free? Max and Moritz dinner over, in a hedge snores under cover, and of that great hen feast now, each has but a leg to show. This was now the second trick, but the third will follow quick. Through the town and country round was one Mr. Buck renowned. Sunday coats and weekday sack coats, bobtails, swallowtails, and frock coats, gaiters, breeches, hunting jackets, waistcoats with commodious pockets, and other things too long to mention, claimed Mr. Taylor's Buck's attention. Or if anything wanted doing in the way of darning, sewing, piecing, patching, if a button needed to be fixed or put on, or put on, anything of any kind, anywhere, before, behind, Master Buck could do the same, for it was his life's great aim. Therefore all the population held him high in estimation. Max and Moritz tried to invent ways to plague this worthy gent. Right before the satyr's dwelling ran a swift stream roaring, swelling. This swift stream abridged its spawn, and the road across it not spawn. This swift stream abridged its span, and the road across it ran. Max and Moritz, naught could awe them, took a saw when no one saw them. Ritze, ratze, riddle, diddle, saw the gap across the middle. When this feat was finished well, suddenly was heard a yell. Hello there, come out, you buck, Taylor, muck, muck, muck. Buck could bear all sorts of yearing, jibes and jokes and silence hearing, but this insult roused such anger, nature couldn't stand it longer. While with fury up he started, with his yardstick out he darted, for once more that frightful jeer, muck, 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 rang loud and clear. On the bridge one leap he makes, crash beneath his weight. It breaks. I think these are the original drawings, because I remember they were a little better looking, but Once more rings the cry, muck muck muck, or muck muck, and head foremost plums poor Buck. While the scared boys were skedaddling, skedaddling down the brook, two geese came paddling. On the legs of these two geese, with a death clutch Buck did seize. And with both skis well in hand, flutters out upon dry land. For the rest he did not find things exactly to his mind. Oh, Jesus. Soon it proved poor Buck had brought a dreadful belly ache from the water. Noble Mrs. Buck, she rises, fully equal to the crisis. With a flat hot iron, she draws the cold out famously. What? I forgot about that. Soon 'twas in the mouths of men, all thrown down, Buck's up again. 'Tis was the bad boy's third trick, but the fourth will follow quick. I forgot about this. She put a fucking flat iron on his stomach. Oh my god. And also runs somewhat so, man must learn while
Good morning, Night City!
well someone went onto their computer now. Hi. Or maybe did it manually. Hi. Um Not alone the ABC raises man in dignity. Not alone in reading, writing, reason finds a work inviting. Not alone to solve the double rule of three shall man take trouble, but must here with pleasure sages teach the wisdom of the ages. Of this wisdom an example to the world was Master Lampel. So this is the only name they didn't translate. Okay. For this cause to Max and Moritz, this man was the chief of horrors. For a boy who loves bad tricks, wisdom's friendship never seeks. With the clerical profession, smoking always was a passion. And this habit, without question, while it helps promote digestion, is a comfort no one can well begrudge a good old man. When the day's vaccitations close and he sits to seek repose, Max and Moritz, flinty hearted, on another trick have started, thinking how they may attack a poor old man through his tobacco. Bacche. Once when Sunday morning breaking, ploughs hearts to gladness waking, poured its light where in the temple at his organ sat her Lempel. These bad boys, for mischief ready, stole into the good man's study, where his darling meerschaum stands. This Max holds in both hands. While young Moritz, scapegrace born, climbs and gets the powder horn, and with speed and wicked soul pours the powder in the bowl. Hush and quick now, right about, for already church is out. Lempel closes the church door, glad to seek his home once more. All his service well got through, takes his keys and music too. And his way delighted wends homeward to his silent friends. Full of gratitude, he there lights his pipe and takes his chair. Ah, he says, no joy is found like contentment on earth's round. Fizz whiz bum, the pipe is burst, almost shattered into dust. Coffee pot and water jug, snuff box, inkstand, tumbler, mug, table stove, and easy chair, all are flying through the air in a lightning powder flash with a most tremendous crash. When the smoke cloud lifts and clears, Lempel on his back appears. God be praised, still breathing there, only somewhat worse for wear. Nose, hands, eyebrows, once like yours, now are black as any Moor's. Burnt the last thin spear and hair, and his pate is woolly bare. Who shall now the children guide, lead their steps to wisdom's side? Who shall now Master Lemple lead the service in the temple? Now that his old pipe is out, shattered, smashed, gone out, gone up the spout. Time will hear the rest once more, but the pipe's best days are o'er. Over. This was the bad boy's fourth trick. The fifth will follow quick. If in village or in town you've an uncle settled down, always treat him courteously. Uncle will be pleased thereby. There be. In the morning to you, any errands I can do. Fetch whatever he may need, pipe to smoke, and news to read. Or should some confounded thing prick his back or bite or sting, nephew then will be nearby, ready to his help to fly. Oh Lord. Or a pinch of snuff maybe sets him sneezing violently. Prosit, uncle, good health to you. God be praised, much good mate to you. Do you. Or he comes home late, perchance. Pull his boots off then at once. Perchance, once. Fetch his slippers and his cap, and warm gown his limbs to wrap. Be your constant care, good boy. What shall give your uncle joy? Max and Moritz, need I mention, had not any such intention. See now how they tried their wits, those bad boys, on Uncle Fritz. That wasn't late at all. Well, that's weird, but oh well. I think, didn't it already go off once today? I thought it had a 24-hour cooldown. Also, by the way, we're over the 12-hour mark. Woohoo! What kind of bird a Maybug was, they knew, I dare say. In the trees they may be found, flying, crawling, wiggling around. Max and Moritz, great pains taking, from a tree these bucks are shaking. In their what? In their cornucopia papers, they collect these pinching creepers. Whatever. Soon they are deposited in the foot of the deposited in the foot of Uncle's bed. Sometimes it's like, how did you not manage to make this rhyme somehow? With his peaked nightcap on, Uncle Fritz to bed has gone. Tucks the clothes in, shuts his eyes, and in sweetest slumber lies. Kritze kratze come the Tartars single file from their night quarters. And the captain boldly goes straight at Uncle Frizzy's nose. Ah, he cries, what have we here? Seizing the grim grenadier. I would hate that. Uncle, wild with fright, upspringeth, and the
Drink water, you dehydrated bitch!
Betkeoth from his flingeth. I don't know what the frick this is. Hi, stay, welcome back. Thank you for the hydrate. Ouch, he sees his tumor escape, braces from his shin and nape. Crawling, flying to and fro, round the buzzing rascals go. While with fury Uncle Fritz stamps and slashes them to bits. Oh, be joyful, all gone by, is this Maybug's devil try? Bad clothes is a false skin. Why are we reading our childhood? Because that is on our, what's it called? That was on our agenda for today. We already read the book Struwwelpeter, and because I forgot how short that was, I was like, I need Max and Moritz. So we did this because I said I want to show fairy tales or like cautionary tales or whatnot. And again, I showed this to Evan at some point. And he was flabbergasted, and I was just like, this is literally not that bad. But on the other hand, they read this to us when we were like 6 years old, so this is supposed to help me sleep at night? Yes. Yes, it is supposed to make you sleep at night and to remind you to not be a cunt. Because your old childhood stories are a trip. Yes. um, Uncle Fritz, his eyes can close once again in sweet repose. This was the bad boy's fifth trick, but the sixth will follow quick. Easter days have come again when the pious baker men bake all sorts of sugar things, plum cakes, ginger cakes, and rings. Max and Moritz feel an ache in their sweet tooth for some cake. But the baker thoughtfully locks his shop and takes the key. I'm having a Yeah, I saw the Struwwelpeter and I was reminded my grandparents read it to me, right? And I said it before and I'll say it again. These two books, they still exist somewhere in Germany in my house. We had not the original ones, because like those drawings already look different than what we had. We had like a newer-ish version from like the 19, I don't know, from like second version or something. I have no idea. And eat your soup, exactly. Eat your soup. Don't light matches. What did we learn? Don't light matches. Eat your soup. Don't look up the whole time. Don't be a racist. How many was it? It was 11. I forgot it already again. Don't suck your thumbs. Don't be nasty. You know how it works. It didn't work. I got in bed and suddenly I'm completely awake again. And yeah, that's fair. Those are exactly the ones we had. Both Max and Moritz and Peter, right? You can't tell me. No internet connection? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh well. You can't tell me that not literally every single person had those books at home. Like, come on. Okay, I don't know why you're being stupid. Can't find network? I swear to god, if we just lose internet midway. Can't find network connection? What's your problem, little one? Sorry, I'm struggling. Also, how do we like the background music? I think it is a fantastic fit. Ooh, did I delete this because I thought I didn't need it anymore? Might have. Oopsie. Jam, we just had the right upbringing. Honestly, like, it didn't hurt us. It didn't hurt us to know these things. And let's be honest, they're kind of a given. They're kind of a given. It's not that deep. It's not that bad. It's fine. Okay, poolside is being stupid. Oh well, 104, whatever. Let's see. Who would steal, then this must do. Wriggle down the chimney flue. Ratch, there come the boys. My chimney, chimney, what the fuck is, you know what? My chimney, black as ravens down the chimney. Puff into a chest they drop, full of flour up to the top. Allow all the things. Work again, please. Out they crawl from under cover, just as white as chalk all over. But the cracknel's precious treasure on a shelf they spy with pleasure. Maybe now? I mean, we're at 27%, but I would love for this to, like, work again, please. Sorry. Why? I think maybe working for 12 hours in one go might be a little much for this watch, I guess. Would you turn that off? I got this, I promise. Knacks, the chair breaks, down they go. Schwap into a trough of dough. There we go. Now it does its job again. Great job. All enveloped now in dough. See them monuments of woe. Oh, this is gonna get good. In the baker comes and snickers when he sees the sugar lickers. 1, 2, 3, the brats behold, into 2 good brots are rolled. Brots? The breads? Into 2 good breads are rolled. Why didn't they just do bread? Ugh, you know what, whatever. There's the oven all red hot, shove 'em in as quick as thought. Riff out with 'em from the heat, they are brown and good to eat. Now you think they've paid the debt. No, my friend, they're living yet. Crispy, crunchy, like 2 mice, through their cases they gnaw in a trice. And the baker cries, you bet, there's the rascals living yet. This was the bad boy's 6th trick, but the last will follow quick. Can we just talk about how ready that man was to just kill, burn those children alive in bread and eat? I mean, I don't know about eat them, but like, you know what I mean. Like, that was, hold up. The last trick. Max and Moritz, I grow sick when I think on your last trick. Why must these 2 scallywags cut those gashes in the bags? See, the farmer on his back carries corn off in a sack. Scars has he begun to travel when the corn runs out like gravel. All at once he stops and cries, darn it, I see where it lies. Back then human life wasn't worth anything. Fair. And you know, depending on the person, understandable. You know, we should probably maybe go back to that. Anyways, with what delighted eyes Max and Moritz he espies. He opens wide his sack, shoves the rogues in. Hookah pack. You know what? It's an insult, whatever. It grows warm with Max and Moritz, for the mill the farmer hurries. Master Miller, hello man. Master Miller, hello man. Grind me that as quick as you can. I love that the whole town is just like, I am sick and tired of these little children. I have no idea who the parents are. I don't give a fuck. Kill them. Understandable. In with them each wretched flopper headlong goes into the hopper. As the farmer turns his back, he hears the mill go creaky. Creaky cracky? Creaky cracky. Here you see the bits post-mortem, just as fate was pleased to sort 'em. Master Miller's ducks with speed gobbled up the coarse-grained feed. In the village not a word, not a sign of grief was heard. Widow Tibbet speaking low, said, I thought it would be so. None but self, cried Buck, to blame. Mischief is not life's true aim. Then said gravely Teacher Lemple, there again is an example. To be sure, but things for youth, said the baker, a sweet tooth. Even uncle says, good folks, see what comes of stupid jokes. But the honest farmer, Guy, what concerns is that to I? What concern is that to I? Through the place a short there went, one wide murmur of content. God be praised, the town is free from this great rascality. Isn't that glorious? I think that was glorious. That was childhood memories. The amount of times my parents or my mom would read this to me, or obviously fairly early on, I would read this myself and I would just be like, ah, stupid, deserved. I don't know. It was just. It's just normal for us. I don't know. So, in general, also, you know what? I should maybe do this. I'm gonna post the links to those two stories into the Discord. If anyone wants to show that their own child, if anyone wants to. Oh god, where are they now? I swear, come on. Last opened fucking tabs. Sorry. If anyone wants to show that their child, or anything else, you know,